Hey, good morning, YouTube. This is Gloria coming to you on Wednesday. It is September the 21st, 2016, or some say 2016. I haven't done a video in a while, but I've been watching a lot of videos. Um, and my husband, he just like, oh my God, I can't believe you watch those. I watch the RuPaul drag queen videos. I watch a lot of videos from the drag queens that's on there, and there's a lot of them that's just unbelievable. They're just beautiful when they, do their drag makeup, and a lot of them, really nice looking fellas even before they go into drag. Like Courtney Act, she's beautiful, and even when she's not in drag, I'm referring to her as a woman because that's what she looks like. She's still, nice looking. I know a lot of people has a problem with drag queens, the gay population in general, but I don't. I think, well, to each their own. If they're not bothering people and trying to push their sexuality on them and trying to force other people to join in or whatever, I don't see no harm in it. We all have different taste, likes, dislikes. In fact, I was even married to a gay man for 5 years, and everybody's like, well, didn't you know he was gay? I knew he's bisexual, and our marriage wasn't based on the sexual part of it. At that point in time, I was very sick. Quite honestly, I didn't know how much longer I was going to be on this earth. Thank God I had lost 135 pounds through weight loss surgery, which I'm not here to talk about that today. I just, I wish that the people that are bisexual would make up their minds. Either you want to be with a woman or you want to be with a man. This flip-flopping back and forth, how can you feel really comfortable, just flipping back and forth? Because I would think whichever sex that you're happiest with, whichever, as far as male or female, that's what you should go with. My ex-husband, he would, try his best to be in a relationship with a woman. He was a good husband. I give him that. You couldn't ask for a better husband. A lot of times when I was sick and stuff, he'd wait on me hand and foot. And that really meant a lot to me. And then, when I'd come into some money and everything, I was more than happy to buy him whatever he wanted, share with him. I really grew to care a lot for him. And then it come to the point, well, probably within the first year, I'd realized that he just flat out gay, but he was in denial. In our relationship from the get-go, because we'd been best friends for a long time, then it always felt kind of awkward, the relationship. If we would get to the point of being intimate, we always used protection. But when we was intimate, it just didn't feel right. Because I know he wasn't really into it, and he knew that he wasn't really into women, so, that was kind of like, hard to get adjusted to. But we finally accepted the fact that he had a preference, I had a preference. So during the last 4 years of our marriage, we were into an open marriage. Now, that's not saying that we had swinging parties, and all that stuff, no. I had my special friend that would visit when he was at work. He knew all about it. And then he had his special friends. But he got out quite a bit with his special friends. He did a lot of dangerous stuff, and I would tell him all the time, you know, somebody's going to kill you one of these days. And I do see stuff like that happen. And he was one of the gay people that you'd know from a mile, you know, because he had the, a lot of times the feminine gestures, you know, the hands, the walk, the way he would stand. And sometimes it was embarrassing, you know. It's not I was embarrassed the fact that he was my gay friend. It got embarrassing him being my gay husband, because everybody saw him, you know, they would look at us and they'd look at me, and then after, you know, he'd be aware of whatever, you know, I went through it. You know, people saying, "Do you know he's gay?" I'm like, geez, really? But anyway, you know, my message would be to anybody that is in that turmoil of being bisexual. I'm not putting nobody down or anything like that, but I don't know, I really don't believe there was one or the other. I don't think you could be happy with both. Somebody's going to get hurt. With the humiliation that I went through being married to a gay man, you know, it really hurt me. And then finally, I got to the point I told him, I said, no, we can't keep living like this, because it got to the point, you know, we was just roommates. He slept in a different room. You know, I had my room, he had his room. And then when I met the man that I'm with now, you know, that kind of like opened my eyes to where I was just fooling myself. You know, me and the gay man had got a divorce, and excuse me, and I married the man that I'd fell madly in love with, and he had 2 children. At the time, as a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I have grown to love those children as my own. And now, you know, my life is busy, but it's complete. You know, every day I say I've had like a mixed blessing. You know, having the children later in life, but, you know, because I'm just turned 53 years old last Sunday. Oh my gosh, no, it's been, wow, 2 weeks ago. Oh my God, I'm behind the times. But I enjoy it. But, you know, don't anybody think that, you know, with me talking about, you know, the gay aspect and all that, I'm not putting anybody down. Just offering friendly advice. You know, go with one or the other. Because I've not met anybody yet that seemed truly happy with, you know, say like for my ex, when we was together, I could tell he wasn't honestly happy, because he always, you know, I'd see him looking at men, and I knew the fact that he was wondering, which I didn't do that, because I had more respect for my marriage. But then when it got to the point of the open marriage, I never thought in a million years I could ever do that, because I've always prided myself in, when I was with somebody, I was with them. I didn't cheat, which open marriages, I guess a lot of people's considered as cheating. To me, it wasn't cheating, because we knew. I guess technically it could call it cheating, but he always knew who I was with. I always knew who he was with. That's what we always did for each other, even when, you know, when we was just friends. And we're not friends any longer, because his new love, which is a man that I encouraged him to get with him, I kind of made it happen, is jealous of me. So I haven't spoke to him in over a year. I really miss him because me and him was really good friends. But apparently he wasn't as good of a friend to me as I was him, because he don't talk to him anymore. But that's all right. I've got a lot of friends. I don't need anybody to be negative and critical. So I'm just being me. And this video probably won't even get looked at. But you know what? I said my piece. Well, I went over 10 minutes. Y'all have an awesome day, and I will catch you later. Bye.